if you would, please just text Norris and Dallas, and we can move forward, Robbie.
Okay, thank you. And I did email them earlier today with some information
Oh,
and
thank you.
last night reminding them of our meeting today. So, all right, we can call the meeting to order. First order of business is to approve the agenda. So can I get a motion to approve our agenda for today?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All right, any discussion? No discussion. All in favor, raise your hand by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, and then the next one, we will approve the minutes from April 23rd, May 21st, and June 11th. All right, can I get a motion to approve those?
I make a motion, we approve the minutes from April 23rd, May 21st, and June 11th.
All right, second,
I'll second that motion.
any discussion? No discussion, all in favor, raise your right hand by saying aye. Aye. All right, next, Dr. Sherrigan and Sherman, any public comments?
There were none, no requests.
Okay, all right, we'll move on to item 5, which is the superintendent's report.
All right, and this is a report we give each month or each time we meet. And our enrollment is down. I want to be real clear about that. We're like 20% down. So student recruitment is everybody's business. But the personnel, the students, graduates, everything is there in view. But what's interesting is that we managed with all that we went through last year to have more graduates than we did the year before. And that is pretty darn amazing. And our sites just did a beautiful job of keeping kids focused and on task and helping them get to the finish line. So we're real proud of what happened last year. We had 419 graduates. So nothing else substantial there, but just keep your eye out. We have reduced our enrollment. And I see Dallas is here with us. Welcome, Dallas.
Hey, everybody.
All right, sir, thank you for joining us.
Are there any questions about the staff, students, or program?
No.
All right, I'll move forward. The discussion items, the financial updates, we'll have Bonnie getting, there's nothing really different here, but Bonnie, if you'll give a summary of this.
Sure, just real quickly, what you've got in attachment A is just the revenue and expenditures report for April, May, and then a tentative June. And I'll just focus just a couple comments on that. As you know, all the school districts are wrapping up June, and we're still finishing like everybody else with our accruals and just some end of the year activities. So we're closed, and we can look at these numbers, but we'll bring you the final June revenue and expenditures in October. You can see that we received a little bit more than we expected in revenues. And some of that was that ESSER MOU money that we received, as well as the calculation for our alternative ed money that we didn't have initially on our allotment sheet. And then we only spent about 92% of what we had budgeted in expenditures. So good news, we're still in great financial shape. We had anticipated using around 4 million of our fund balance. It looks like we're going to be closer to 2 million of our fund balance. And we'll have that exact number again when we get together in October. Any questions about where we are kind of FY24, finishing everything up, doing our grants, completion reports and everything? Okay, I did attach the grant sheet for your review, and it's tentative for June 30th as well. And the highlighted numbers are just numbers that we're actually doing completion reports on right now. And we will pull down the remaining of the approved grants. All of our grants, even though they run through September 30th, will be 100% spent as of June 30th and will align with our fiscal year. Which makes things a lot easier. So we won't have any carryover next year except for one set aside. So any questions about the grants listing? No. Okay, Attachment B is a budget amendment already. You just approved the budget in June, but we, like, all the other school districts or a lot of other school districts, lost a lot of federal funding, and we consolidate all of our funds. So that impacts our general maintenance and operation, Fund 150 budget. And so you'll see a decrease in revenues there of 462,000. We did receive for the first time a McKinsey-Vento grant, so that's added in at right at 47,000. And then we had a couple of expenditure adds because of that federal funding going away. We're one of the schools that lost the school improvement funding, which was $150,000. It works with our school improvement planning and our curriculum team, all important work. So we just are moving those expenditures to our regular budget, especially with the fund balance we have. And we'll still, the second sheet is just a new attachment of the amended budget as a whole. We'll still plan to use a little over 3.3 million of the fund balance this year, but still end with over 27 million is the projected fund balance for June 30th of 2025. So we're still in great financial shape. Haven't hit the low revenue sources of lower enrollment yet, but that's coming. So, any questions?
I think we're
Thank you,
good.
Dr. Thank you. And then we continue collecting, we think we're like even right now with our unemployment assistance program that we have. We have one employee that has a payment plan. But other than that, I think we're even with what we know of employees who've received their reimbursement from the state. So we just keep you posted on that. Legislative update is kind of quiet out there. Toby's doing work for us. We had a very aggressive attendance and participation by legislators in our graduation ceremonies. And there's been a lot of communication going back and forth with our legislators, looking at how to tackle getting the age dropped down to 16 this next year. And so that activity continues. And in addition to working with legislators proper with our, Toby, we are working with school districts in our zone, trying to recruit and bring other school districts into the MOU world of Foothills. And Dale, I think we have a couple meetings this week with Gwinnett and with Twigs, and we have several others that are pending. So we're talking to a lot of people, getting a lot of information, but at this moment, we haven't picked up any new MOUs, but we're working on it. So if you hear somebody say something, it's true. We are actively recruiting new members. And if you ever have a colleague that's in our zone, we appreciate any kind of support you can give to ask them to please consider us. And as you know, at Reese, as I push this a little bit, and we're good for athletes who want to stay as full-time students in your districts, and they want to step over and catch up on a course or take courses. We can be their program response, not to mention full-time students who need a different option for high school. And so we're very happy to go out there. And we have our new recruitment employee who's now meeting with all counselors in our region and helping them, making sure everybody's aware of what it takes in order to come to Foothills and what their students can benefit from. Dale, did you want to add anything to that?
No, she was in Barrow today at the Bassa Open House, and I think we've had a presence at the Appalachia and Winder Barrow as well. And she's also in Greene County, just finding any student we could positively impact in any way.
Our first order of business is looking at students who were Foothills students who have dropped out and trying to retrieve those students first. And then we're working with districts, and we would really like to get lists of dropouts, in particular looking at those kids that are 18 to 22 first. And so if you have your list, we'll take them. And we'll go out there and find them and see if we can't be an option for these kids to earn their high school. But we're actively, that's our mission, and student enrollment is everybody's business.
Okay. Thank you for that report. All right, next item on the agenda.
Yes, sir. Oh, hi, Nerase. I see Nerase has joined us, so we have 100%. Robbie, this is the meeting where you all need to elect officers for this year. And hopefully you've had some conversations for the chairperson and vice chair.
And I think we previously had that conversation and it was agreed upon that I will continue to serve as president and Philip as vice president.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you both for your leadership. We appreciate that. And we'll duly note in our minutes.
And we very much appreciate your willingness.
I take it that Ms. Levine was instrumental in recommending officers.
She's always in the midst of something, so yes.
You bet. Well, thank you very much to all of you for attending and being with us. The next item is an annual event where you have to sign a code of ethics a document. And what we've got for you is the actual policy. And then the second part is the actual form that you sign where you check off yes, no. And then the third document is actually the board policy for the code of ethics. And then the last page is where you sign off and you've read those. What Christy will do tomorrow is send this to you in a DocuSign, and it'll automatically take you to where you need to sign, and it'll come back to us and I'll sign and we're done for the year. So just anticipate, and this is what you do with your boards. And so that's what you do as well.
Okay. That'll be very helpful. Thank you, Christy, for doing that.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's magic.
Okay.
Our next item is a rules of conduct for public participation and input. And there was a lot of activity and action about this, but this is our official documentation. They have to notify me 24 hours ahead of the meeting if they want to speak. And if they speak, there's little rules about being nice and polite, and they have 3 minutes. And that's what that document is for you. So that's actually an update.
Okay.
And the next item is our MOU update. This is to keep you fully aware because we've had a lot of changes in superintendents in our area, not just us, but across the state, across the nation. But this is where we are. And all of our existing partners are coming back on. Some are just missing a board chair signature, or some, actually the ones that are missing is a board chair signature. So I'm real proud that we were able to bring everyone back, but we're really anxious to get more partners on board. We've had a lot of meetings with some of these systems, with a lot of these systems, trying to recruit them to become MOU partners. So that's just to keep you aware. And if you could just hang on to that little list, and if you know any the superintendents in those areas, we are very happy to go to them come to us, whatever it takes to explain what we can do for them.
All right.
And then the next item is the superintendent evaluation. And Robbie, you sent that to me today, and I sent you the documentation to back it up.
Yes.
And I think, did you want to hold an executive session with that?
Yes, can we do a quick executive session? I promise you it won't last 5 minutes. I just want to go over a few things with the board.
Okay, Leo, if you could pull us into an executive session, and it won't be long, and that would be the board members and me. And everybody else will leave, and then just let me know what I need to do to get out of it.
Okay, so board members and yourself. Okay, I'm opening room right now, and you can join the room.
Okay, I'm going to join. Okay, Leo, somehow I'm back in the room.
Okay. Guessing you gotta join again. So just open in the toolbar below, it says more, and click breakout rooms, and you can join again.
Okay. All right, Robin, we took care of that. Thank you so much. And thank you, board, for your trust and support in our work. It's not linear by any means, but we're working hard.
Okay.
Our next item, and I guess I should have had this next, was just our staff handbook. And this is always updated every year to reflect legislation that happened and any changes in our model that we had to implement. So this is there for you, and we'll, just really for your information. In our next set, we've done our executive session, but one thing we didn't do, Robbie, is we were supposed to have a motion to go into session and a second, and then a motion to come out. And so,
I am, so, how do we,
It's backwards. I'll make a motion to go into executive session.
I'll second it.
all in favor? Say aye. Aye. Okay. My
I'll
mistake.
make a motion to come out of executive session.
I second it.
Great.
Aye.
Aye. All right, good. We're good. Thank you.
that's
Won't
right,
happen
that's
again.
called problem solving.
Yes.
Okay, all right, so we have taken care of that item, the executive session, thank you for that. And now you have items A through F, which in my opinion could be a consent agenda item. It's looking at all the personnel recommendations, financials, the budget amendment, and the rules of conduct for public participation and input, the superintendent evaluation, and approve the finalized policy that is now set on the table for the actually 60 days. And so all of those items could be a consent.
All right, all, are you in favor of we taking all of these items as a consent agenda? All right, we're all in favor. Let's take a vote. All, can I get a motion to pass the consent agenda?
So moved.
All right, thank you. Second.
Second.
All right, any discussion? No discussion, all in favor, raise your right hand by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, consent agenda has passed. We can go to item 9, which is adjournment. Can I get a motion to adjourn at this time?
So
I'll make a
moved.
motion to adjourn.
That's
Second.
Levine, second by Phillips. All right, we're all in favor. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Great meeting. Thank you, Sherry and team, for preparing these documents. We appreciate it. Look forward. And here are our upcoming dates. Our next meeting will be Tuesday, October the 22nd at 4 p.m. And they will be sending documents at least 2 weeks in advance for you to cruise through. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
guys.
everybody. Have a great start.
All right,
All
thank
right,
you.
thank you. You
Be
too.
safe. Be
Thanks.
safe.
Bye.
See you
All right.
soon.